In today's video, I'm building an insane Five Nights at Freddy's ride in Theme Park Tycoon 2. Now you might be wondering why? I suppose find out by watching this video. I have something quite special planned. It's a build battle. That's what this is. More on that later. First, let's do some building. This is where it's all gonna happen, ladies and gentlemen, so let's just get straight into it. This video may end up being me jumping all over the place. After all, this is me making an entire dark ride in just a single video. Seems like a great idea, honestly. Anyway, this exterior is gonna be based off of the movie version, which looks about like this, simply because I love the way it looks, and of course, we have some pretty decent pictures of it. Let me just add some of these bricks sticking out to add some detail to these boring looking poles. So now just the entire front of the building. Let's see, we have some colored stripes here. And even though this isn't a huge project, I still want to make it very, very detailed. That is what I love most about this game. Here you go. We do have a bunch of different patterns and details going on the side of this building. Then all we have to do is paint it the correct color and move it over to the other side. I can't really tell, but I think those are lanterns. And right about there, we've got a little surveillance camera. Too bad we can't make it white. Let's also add the door with a lovely little glass panel inside, and those do of course have to be open because we have to get in. Then, people of the good life, I did of course make another sign which looks like that, and there's also a second layer behind it, so there's just a tad of that parallax going on. Let's add the same extrusion I've done earlier at Force World, and well, there you go. That looks quite lovely. Then let me just finish the rest of this boring looking exterior and I'll be right back with you. In the meantime, allow me to present to you the first ever build battle on this channel, Benji's Bloody Build Battle. So here's what's gonna happen. If you accept this challenge, you have to build one single theme park ride in some kind of Halloween theme. It is October after all, so I thought what better way to get in the mood. You can make it as detailed as you want as long as it's just one ride and Halloween themed. Whoever wins the first place receives a prize of 5,000 Robux, with the other prizes shown here on screen. And on top of that, the top 5 parks will be shown in the reveal video. Here are some more rules for this build battle. You've got about 2 weeks to finish your ride because the submission date is October 14th. You can either build on your own or invite a friend to help you out, so either solo or duo, no more. If you do decide to work together, the prize will be split equally between the two builders. The ride itself can be a flat ride or a tracked ride, whichever you prefer, as long as it's fully themed. Then also, if you want to use this decal in your ride for some reason, the ID is down below in the description. Once you finish your creation, you can submit it, and this is very important. Submitting is possible from October 7th till the 14th. On October 7th, I'm gonna add the submitting form in the description of this video. Make sure to remember that. The judges for this build battle are me, Timon, and Kosi. I mean, Teachman. The winner reveal doesn't have a date yet, but once it does, I will let you guys know ASAP. Then finally, I also made a hoodie. This is it. If you like it, make sure to check the link down below, as always. Now for today's video, I thought it'd be fun if I just kind of do this challenge myself for fun to give you guys some inspiration as well. And what better theme than Five Nights at Freddy's, since there's a new movie coming out. I guess let's continue where we left off.
A few inches later.
Ladies and gentlemen, check that out. This actually turned out quite nice. I like the tower thingies. And even though there's not too much going on, the original building is quite simple, I still do like the way it looks. Now let's go inside and see what's gonna happen here. Maybe first we have to make the layout. Let's see, the ride itself is gonna start maybe here. So this is gonna be the entire station, and here it actually starts somehow. Don't know yet. Then here, let's begin with a simple wall. And you might be wondering, what's the interior gonna be like? I'm gonna build the interior from the second game. It's the one I personally played the most, so it's the most nostalgic to me. I do have some layout images, which I guess I'm gonna use to determine my layout, but it's kind of... yeah, it's not gonna be identical, obviously. It's gonna be a bit freestyle as well. And let's see, this right here is gonna be the first room you basically sit in. And I think it'd be a good idea if I use some path to kind of indicate where these holes are going to be for now. So of course, it won't stay path, but it's just convenient, I guess. We'll have a bunch of these dining rooms on the side here. And I'm literally just drawing this right now, so that's what it's supposed to look like. And then in the original, this of course isn't here, but we do need a way back to the station, so here you go. That right there is the layout. I just need to determine how the ride is gonna go through that. Because this part is gonna be a bit tricky. And guys, for once, I actually think we can use the basic editor, guys. Because really, it's just a bunch of turns. There's no crazy stuff at all. I almost used the old dark ride just now. Good of me to notice. Anyway, let's see. First, we just go through this corridor here. Now, this is gonna be a thing. We shouldn't just go straight. That's kind of lame. What if we just go here and then we make some doors just on the side, like staff doors? I don't know. Otherwise, we're gonna skip through so much. So it's not really that great. Another door right here. Then we go to the right. Dude, this actually has potential. I have just realized this is fun and all, but there's a rotation we have to think about too. So let's redo this entire bit. See, this is where you're gonna be looking back at the corridor. That seems like a fun little detail. Dude, what a blast. Anyway, let me just finish this course and I'll be right back with you. Almost there, and here we go. Back to... Ooh. Looks a bit like a racetrack, but let's get to work. Let's put the operations on just insanity and put it on testing, so at least we have something fun to look at. Here you go. That seems like a really calming, relaxed ride. I think the best thing to do first is putting in all of these walls so that we get a better understanding of the actual rooms. Well, that turned out to look like a giant maze, which I guess it kind of is. I made the ground lower for the blueprint, so we do need to add the actual floor inside as well. But that should be the easiest thing ever. I think that's pretty much all. Now it is getting actual shape, guys. Something very, very convenient about this building is the entire floor are tiles, black and white tiles. The entire thing. So that makes building the floor quite straightforward, I would say. I'll add simple square tiles like so. And just like this, I can make the entire floor. It's that simple, really. And not only is it simple, it also just looks really quite nice. And ladies and gentlemen, with the copy and paste tool, we can simply do it like that. Oh, that is satisfying. That is 14K. Oh no, not this again. Oh no, 5K left now. Oh, not again. I was gonna take a break anyway, but I'm gonna have to go AFK for a bit. I'll be right back.
Day 2.
Well, guys, for me, it's the next day. I put on the hoodie. I don't know how I forgot that. For some reason, I always seem to forget the most basic things. But as you can see, I filled up the entire ground with tiles. And Timon actually pointed out that I should put the track below the tiles, which we did, and this looks a lot better, because now you can only see kind of the track line, and that's all. So it's pretty clean. As you can tell, I also put these stripes on the wall already. It's nothing too crazy, just simple stuff. Anyway, now let's continue the actual interior, I guess. These 4 rooms here are all pretty similar, so let's first make some furniture for those. Let us begin with a table. It's a pretty basic table, I think. For the cloth effect, maybe we can use some cylinders like these. I'm not sure if this is gonna look amazing. We can always try. Kind of like this to get that tablecloth effect. Would that work? Yeah, I guess. And let's put the feet underneath. And the party hats are just gonna be cone pieces because that's exactly what that is. The stripes, I think, isn't really possible, but let's just color them. There you go. That is a pretty solid table, I think. I do have one concern because these are a bunch of items. I hope the floor is gonna handle this well. Yes. 13K. This is the room with Bonnie in it though, so we have to put them like this instead. All of the posters and stuff I'm gonna take care of later. First, let me just put all these tables in here. In fact, let's also make some balloons, which thankfully should be really simple, just like that. Because especially in Bonnie's room, we do have a bunch of balloons kind of hanging around. And I will even paint them in the same colors you see them in the game. Isn't that lovely? I don't see them in the game, but I do want to add some chairs because, you know, it seems nice to be able to sit. Just a few of these guys around these tables. I am baffled that I still didn't run into the local item limit because there's so many items here. This is looking pretty good, but we do need all of that stuff on the walls, so let's hop onto Photoshop.
Opening Photoshop.
Instead of putting all these posters in there individually, I'm gonna make just one image panel with a bunch of them, like so. That way it's gonna save both time and effort. Let's add a bit of an offset and then let's save this into the game. Let's put an image panel right about here and we put these posters inside. That looks like this. That adds so much, I love it. We probably do have to check how low the ceiling's gonna be. I think something like this. I think that is pretty good. Don't mind the weird lighting. I'm gonna fix that later. Allow me to fill up all these 4 rooms this same way because they're all kind of the same. And then from there, we can move on. Ladies and gentlemen, they're all filled. Let's have a look. I added some additional image panels, as you can tell. And I tried to make these rooms as close as I could, but the layout is just a tad different. However, I do think it's close enough. We got some more posters here. This bit right here is, of course, this room. Then this is a room where Bonnie is gonna be. Bonnie? No, wait. Chica? I don't even know. Then you move on, and this is where, this is where Bonnie is gonna be all broken down, but that of course isn't done yet. So that's what we've got so far. I also put in the doors, like the frames. That really spiced it up decently. Now, let's have a look. What shall we do next? I think it'd be nice if we decorate this first room now. First of all, around the entrance of this hallway, there's for some reason some metal parts. Let's paint all of this metal. And the holes we can just make using some black cylinders. Right above, we've got a bunch of stripes going on, and these caution signs right here really are the finishing touch of this section. Looks quite accurate. Now, this room is where we have the celebrate poster thing, but since this is never shown in the game anyway, we can just put some more here for fun. Here you go. Then on the sides here, this is where you're gonna have the air vents in which they also jump scare you. So let's open up this area a little bit, because I'm actually gonna try and add those jump scares as well at the end. Here you go. Just a very nice simple shaft. Looks decent. As for this desk, it is really just a very basic desk. Let's make this wooden. Put some poles underneath. All of this is really just the same stuff again. Same kind of interior elements, same kind of details. It's pretty straightforward. It is starting to look like something though. Then back in Photoshop, let me just add some random letters and papers and that sort of stuff. And the great thing about that, I can just put them down right here, identically to the original. In fact, let's just try and recreate all of those items we can see lying around there. So now if we sit in here, as you can see, you slowly go across. Oh, yes, that's perfect. Anyway, then here there's a bunch of TVs, just really quite simple stuff. And some more TVs on the right as well. Some of these papers and letters and just that kind of stuff. Then as for the ceiling, I would say about this high, maybe a bit lower, like that. It's hard to say because you can't see the original ceiling, but I guess this is fine. As for the lighting, by the way, all of this will be changed at the end, so don't worry, it won't look like this forever. And finally, we need that ceiling light, and then we should be done with this room, I think. The lighting looks absolutely horrendous, but let me just explain to you what my idea is. Today, I'm gonna finish the interior and just the look of this building, but then off screen, I'm gonna add all the lights, all the proper effects, the jump scares, the music, all that cool stuff, which I will not record, but I will later reveal the final ride, the POV, cool cinematics, all that sort of stuff. That way it still remains kind of a surprise to you guys, so yeah, that's the idea. However, let me give you a little taste of what this is going to look like, because when we go in here, you'll see that this is really starting to look like it. Here you go. I kind of tried fixing the lighting. It's not done yet, but it's definitely a lot better. This is where there are going to be some kind of jump scare, some kind of creepy effect at least. But dude, isn't this just... I love it. What I'll do now is make sure there's no weird lighting coming through the roof. I don't know why, but this game does have some interesting ways of handling light every now and then. Off screen, I did make this room. It is very dirty, very disgusting. This is, of course, where the broken down guy is kind of sitting in this corner here, and we're gonna have to make him, I guess. But first, I'd like to put in some effort in the big room, because all the other stuff is kind of just the same over and over. So this is the only thing worth showing, I guess. I just added a few lights and a ceiling, and look what that does. That is absolutely Teachman, we talked about this. Anyway, your move, bitch. Bro, I have no idea how this game even works.
12 seconds later.
Teachman, stop. I'm trying to build. This room, let's begin with the stage right here, I suppose. First, I'll put some platforms down here to make sure we have the base ready, like that. And the backdrop is made out of pretty large bricks, it seems. So using these blocks, I can kind of recreate that same effect. This might actually take a second though, especially because some of them I do want to be a little bit crooked like this. It shouldn't be like a perfect straight wall. And somewhere in the middle, we once again have a blocky texture. Honestly, after this, I can't see a single block for the next 6 months. Then we want some speakers, of course, just nicely on the sides there. And finally, for this stage, we do have some of these decorations, like a sun and some clouds. So obviously, we need those as well. And a bunch of these very stylistic clouds, I would call them. We need balloons in here, a whole bunch of them. I think it'd be nice if we also have some bigger speakers on the side, because these are kind of small. Second one just here. And once again, I'll use these tables to kind of spice up the entire room. Probably a few of those back here as well. Bunch of presents. Once again, the same freaking thing. Do you think I'm ever gonna build stuff that doesn't include just me repeating one thing 20 bloody times. And I do think we can benefit from trying to put the roof in already, because I've already seen lighting changes a lot. And some areas are gonna be completely dark, so we shouldn't put too much effort in those. And the thing is, to make sure you don't get these weird light edges like these, I'm gonna have to make an actual dome around it using terrain elements. It's a bit weird, it's a bit annoying, but I guess it's the only way to make it look truly dark in there. I just want to have full control over all the lighting and that sort of stuff. So now I don't know if the game actually has this, probably not, but I do want to add some trusses simply because I just think they look very badass. Here you go, that looks solid. And these I'm just gonna hang up right on the ceiling. We grab a light and we simply aim it at the stage. Let's make that pretty bright and quite some range as well. And just like that, we'll have to add a bunch. So let me just get to that. Well, then I would say that is pretty good, apart from, of course, the actual animatronics themselves, which I'm not gonna build today yet because I want that to be a big surprise. Once the whole ride is complete, I will show you the POV and it is gonna be epic. Yes. Then now, since this corridor and the station are really boring compared to anything we've built so far, I'm just gonna build that now very quick and I'll be right back with you. I wish you guys the best of luck on this build battle. I hope to see some incredible creations. I'm sure I will. And then for today, I guess that is it. If you like this video, make very sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell not to miss a single future video. And then I hope I'll see you in the next episode of the next Force World, probably. Goodbye.